All right, everyone, guess what? We're back. It's been a while, but we're back here with the 546 podcast. And, well, there's only two of us.
Dan and Nathan are here.
We're here. Carrie's napping. She was going to join us, but
she got tuckered out from this.
We had a very eventful morning here. We checked out some local fare this morning here in the area, and we weren't really impressed. We're going to get into that here shortly, but it's been a while. We apologize as always for our absence, but it's randomness here as far as we go. So
it's a matter of us actually being in the same room at the same time, and that just hasn't really happened since the last time we recorded a show.
I mean, believe it or not, we do actually have busy lives. It's hard to believe, but
if we're trying to record and we're watching a wrestling pay-per-view. We don't really have a lot of time before the payper-view. We just kind of come over and watch it.
It's all like I said, randomness.
Again, if you're trying to follow it, and in Dan's case, it's kind of hard to follow it if you're actually
trying to talk on here and record. What they're trying to record on here with what's going on and keep tab on all the action. We don't want anybody to miss out. So it's all we kind of do this. We do it when we do it, and as we can tell by our feedback and all that, you guys are loving what we're doing. So we're just we're sticking with it.
Feel the love.
Absolutely. Can you feel the love tonight? Can you? I mean, that's
the love is felt so much. Half of us aren't even here.
That's right. And I mean, I understand why we're not getting feedback. You all are so just enamored by what we're doing and so choked up with the love and all that it just it's paralyzing. You can't write, you can't call, you get, I understand, it's fine, but being the people we are, we're going to keep bringing it to you. So, like I said, got to check out some local fare. As far as I know, was this the third annual? I don't know, had they done it before?
More than third.
Well, it was my third, I know that.
They've done it at least, I thought it would be at least 5 years. But
well, if it keeps going like today,
they won't be having any more.
But we went to the annual Chili Cookoff. This was the chili and pork barbecue cook-off.
Well, they do call it the Chili Cookoff, but they have a pork contest as well.
Which I think that was new last year.
Yes, that was new last year.
Because, like I said, this was our third one. The first year it was solely just chili. Honestly, the first year I think was the best year. Honestly, that was the best one. That's when they had the most vendors and the most chili and all that. Last year's was really good, and there was some great chili last year. This year, swing and a miss. There were some reasons why. I mean, there were some factors, but go ahead, Nathan.
I think the biggest factor for me was the change in venue.
Yeah, normally they hold these at Municipal Stadium. This is the home of the Hagerstown Suns. And
this year they moved it to the Antietam Brewery because they were having this and something they were calling Hero Fest.
We're still not sure
and I don't know what they were doing or when it was supposed to start. I thought it was supposed to start at noon, but I didn't see anybody there.
I didn't see any heroes. I don't know what to expect. I mean,
and we know a few heroes.
We do. I mean, we know heroes and legends. I mean, we here at the 546 podcast are very well connected. Yeah. So I mean, we just got that kind of stuff coming out of our ears. But no, they really missed the mark this year. They were advertising, I want to say like 6 or 7 chili, different
I
chilies.
Saw 6. I mean, if I counted whatever that guy was rattling off, 6.
He proclaimed 6, and I think we tried 4.
I thought it was 3. Well, wait a minute. Let me
4.
think. It was 3. I think it was 3.
Then only 3. Yeah, it's very.
Some guy paid some of them must have paid the $25 entry fee and not show up.
I mean, I guess I know it rained this morning.
Because the thing is, it's supposed to start at 11, and in my opinion, and probably yours as well, is if the event's supposed to start at 11, you'd think they'd get there before 11.
I would think you'd get there around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Especially because
get your chili ready to go.
The tasting, like the contest itself, it was 1.
But that was at 1 o'clock. So, and when we left, it was
after 1
o'clock. I mean, it was a little after 1. Nobody new had showed up. There was no. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I'll be interested to see, and you'll have to keep tabs on the Facebook page to kind of see if people what their interest is, what the verdict is on how it went. But
yeah, well, I don't know if they had a lot of posts. leading up to it. But
Yeah, I mean, I will say we did stop by the beer garden afterwards, and the local beer.
Where it was the Antietam Brewery.
The Antietam Brewery. Got a pretty good local beer there, I'm telling you. We each had one.
You had the Heger Weissen.
Weissen? Yeah, I don't know the specs behind it. I can't tell you much about it, but it was damn good and damn powerful. Honestly, I'm thinking 2 or 3. I mean, because
depending on the weather and how you feel, or if you eat a lot, I mean, you could easily do like if you drank 2 of those cups, you might be hard up for a little bit.
You might be calling an Uber. Uber, fucking Lyft, whatever your choice of dollar ride is. No, it was really good. I enjoyed it, but. Man, one was enough, and I didn't even really notice it until we got up and started to leave. It was like, I mean, I can put some beer away. I'm glad I didn't drink 2 or 3 of them.
So I'm looking at the advertisement in the newspaper.
Okay.
For before the event, and it was $25 to enter just the chili cook-off, and you were required to make 10 gallons of chili.
It's a lot of chili, folks.
Now you could enter the pork butt barbecue part for an additional $25, so you'd pay $50 for chili and pork. But if you only entered the pork barbecue competition, you had to pay $50.
Wow, only for the pork was $50.
But you had to supply 40 pounds of pork.
It's a lot of pork.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I don't know how strict they were with these rules, because I didn't see 10 gallons. If they had 10 gallons of chili, they were hiding it
unless
somewhere.
They had it in reserve somewhere or whatever. Yeah.
But again, whatever vendors that last vendor, I don't know where they were, because they weren't anywhere that I saw.
Yeah, I can't remember the names of all that were there, but I know the one we did not see, Chain Gang.
That
chili.
one, that's what it was.
Yeah,
and he was going to be there for that and the barbecue, and they weren't there.
Yeah, didn't see them at all. My favorite personally was Still Smoking chili.
Mm-hmm.
They actually put brisket in their chili, and had really nice heat to it. Whatever it is they added for the heat, it hung with you. It was really good.
Carrie, who's probably taking a nap by now. She liked the Netflix and chili from Benny. That was the team.
From
Benny's Pub. Yeah.
Yes.
We only tried 3 chilies. Okay.
Yeah. And
so that was the second best.
Yeah. The other one for us did not rank.
Seasons I liked their pork last year, and I didn't get to try their pork this time because they only give you. Okay. Make this sense. You get more cups of chili and you only get 2 porks, yet they had the same amount of porks.
Yeah.
What gives? I think that's dumb. I mean, if you're gonna have if you pay for the ticket, you should have enough cups. If they're gonna have, it's understandable if they're gonna have
if you're gonna
all these vendors, but they only had 6.
If you're going to promote chili and pork, equal amounts of cups would do. And I'd be willing. It was $10 if you bought early. If you bought ahead of time, which we always do, I would have been more than happy to pay $12 for a few more cups.
Right.
Which you could buy
and
cups online. I saw that. But still, I think if you're going to offer a base amount of cups, they should be even for each thing. That's where I'm at.
They were offering wine too, by the way.
Wine?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
To me, the event. I don't know.
I'm not a wine guy, so
overall, the event just seemed kind of.
It was
hastily put together.
Yeah, it was really lackluster this year. I'm really disappointed because this is something
I'm thinking the change of venue had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, this is something that Carrie and I look forward to every year. Like I said, we've done it the last 3 years, and it's kind of become a thing. Between September and October, we know it's coming up. We really look forward to it.
We also had some sort of vegetarian pork, I guess the pulled pork, but it was all vegetables.
It was porkless pork, basically.
It had the texture.
Yes. It was not bad. It was.
I like that the first one. It's pork.
The pork, yes, was very good. Both of the other 2 porks that I tried were very good.
I liked it because and pork, if you cook it too long, it can get pretty dry if you don't have any sauce.
Yeah,
and his pork. you didn't need sauce because it was tender enough, but he gave you sauce and the sauce was good too.
Yeah, he was kind of added the sauce. Sauce was if you wanted it or not, kind of thing. I think it would have probably stood up without the sauce.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some would say the measure of good pork is where you don't need sauce at all.
Well, exactly.
I like to have sauce with, because I know different regions of the country that barbecue is just the meat, and barbecue is the meat and the sauce. So whatever you think barbecue is, then
it kind of depends on your standard. But I've always felt when it comes to, and Carrie and I have had this conversation, I've always felt when it comes to steak or pork, anything like that, if you do it right, now, I mean, of course, you're going to use your marinades and that kind of stuff, or seasonings, whatever. But if you do it right, once it's done, you don't need to add anything.
Right.
You don't. I like A1 on a steak, don't get me wrong, but it's not something I need. You get a good enough seasoned flavored steak, it doesn't need it.
Some people like ketchup on their steak.
Some people do like ketchup on
Those
their
people are
high-end steak, but
weird.
I think. Yeah, I mean, but we're not here to call them out weirdos. But that's how it goes. They take a filet mignon and ruin it with ketchup. But I mean, hey, who are we to judge? We're a judgment-free zone here, folks. We're like Planet Fitness. So, but yeah. So overall, the Chili Cookoff.
See the they had, as we were talking about this Hero Fest, if they were supposed to have like some sort of like live music, they didn't have any. They had a stage set up, and there was no one there.
Yeah.
So unless it was somewhere else that we don't know where it was,
maybe there were no heroes. I don't know, but I kind of like the way your spin on it was. A Hero Fest should have involved hero sandwiches.
Yeah. Yes, you could have had all these great sandwich makers, and they have a hero sandwich.
That's right. I mean, you could have just cross promoted it here, sandwiches and chili.
Now this says in the the advertisement, come sample and vote on the best chili in the area. Well, I think some of them are hiding myself.
Yes.
Shop local arts and crafts vendors. They had
did have that.
There were some. I mean, but
I'm not knocking this, but
it's a chili cook-off.
It's the things you see at your normal outdoor festivals and things like this. Carrie and I went to the Morgansville Pride Days a couple weeks ago, and it's your same type of vendors. You of course always see like Scentsy and LuLaRoe was not there this year, but something similar.
They did say something. They said Scentsy there.
Scentsy was there. A company, I know I'm going to get their name wrong, and I do apologize, but I think it was like Two Blondes. Something. It was clothing. I don't know the name of the line. Mm-hmm. The one I would have been interested to see what they were all about. The group was called No Dog Left Behind. So I'm sure it had something to do with the pets and all that, or maybe the SPCA, which is always a cool thing. I always like to hear what they're doing there because our four-legged friends are very important to all of us.
Enjoy live entertainment, which I guess was just the music.
Now, live entertainment was music, and someone from the radio.
Would you like to do an impression of this dude? Now he's on the radio, okay,
and I believe I've heard him before, but someone from the radio who talked like this through the entire announcement. We went to the 2019 Chili Cookoff in Hagerstown, Maryland. That's my best radio voice. So.
I mean, he's got a radio voice for sure.
Hats off to him. I mean, he's really working it out there. But that was the live entertainment. I saw no live entertainment.
They're advertising a beer garden, which they had beer.
Yeah, Antietam Brewery.
They had a stand with beer in it, and they had tables and chairs. That's, I mean, what are you going to have, like a garden?
I hear garden, I think shrubbery.
Now, you know where the garden was? The garden was at the detention center next door, and the inmates were mowing the grass.
They were manicuring the garden.
When we got here, okay, now I was the one that was driving, okay?
Of course.
And, yeah. One day we're going to let you try and drive, okay?
A couple of those local beers, I'm going to tell you what, I thought I probably could have.
But the place it was hard to, because we saw the vendors and the chili tents, but I didn't know where to go. Like, it's not like they had a big sign that says Chili Cookoff here.
Yeah, there was no clear entrance.
So I went in, and like this one road, and there was a guy in the old timey inmate costume, the black and white stripes, like one of those Halloween costumes.
Yes,
you know?
like from back in the day. I mean, we're talking back in the day.
And there were actually two of these guys, and they were just out in front of the detention center mowing grass. You know, not. I mean,
and not that that's a problem, but
it's like, okay. But still, I mean, the big problem was, you didn't know where to go.
Yeah, but that was definitely something to say.
And it's like a warehouse, so like the parking is like kind of where
not a garden.
And there's supposed to be a kid. I don't know where this kid zone was, but
and I think what was that? Not Sky Zone, but Discovery Station, I think probably was behind that because they were one of the sponsors, and I think they were.
Yeah, but I didn't see anything.
Putting something on. Yeah, just like if they had this stuff, I'd like to know where it was.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So overall, like I said, kind of lacking for the Chili Cookoff this year. I hate to say that. Will we go again next year? I know I probably will, just because we have high hopes.
They got to put it back at the municipal stadium, I think.
I hope they do. Honestly, I really hope they do.
This is not a place for where it's not a good place to have it. It's not. It's kind of open, but it's not really open.
Yeah,
it's a smaller place. I mean, it's convenient because they have the local brewery there, but I wish it was back at the stadium.
Yeah, it didn't really wow us, unfortunately.
And the chilies we had were.
2 out of 3 were good.
I can't say they were amazing, but they were fine. The third one,
The third one was very bland. Just really wasn't much flavor to it.
Carrie thought it sucked.
Yeah, it was. She couldn't even finish it. So
yeah. So that was the Chili Cookoff, and if we're doing a review, the Herald Mail wants us to write a review
because our opinion does matter so much.
I mean, I have a video food box. Why not have one to where I can write?
Our opinion matters. Then hardly a day goes by that they're not on us about one thing or another. And if you folks believe that, But some other food stuff going on. Wendy's is making some headlines, are they not?
Wendy's has breakfast at like different places. It's not all over the country, but next year, and I read this on a blog that I follow, Grub Grade, that Wendy's is supposed to have nationwide breakfast starting next year.
And what kind of stuff?
They have something called a breakfast baconator.
Ooh.
It's got bacon, and it's got an egg, and it's got some kind of sauce, and it may have sausage too. That's a big sandwich.
Wow.
It's a massive sandwich.
See, I'm excited because I love breakfast food.
And then they got a honey butter chicken biscuit. And then they got a frosty chino.
A frosty what?
It's a frosty chino, like a cappuccino, but it's a frost.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They have a frosty sundae right now that kind of looks interesting, but I haven't had a chance to try that.
Wendy's, I like Wendy's. It's one of my favorite fast food places because I love their burgers and their chicken sandwiches are good. I would try their breakfast just to see what it is.
Absolutely. I know I was excited when Taco Bell announced their whole breakfast deal, and
which is what I had today, Taco Bell.
I still enjoy Taco Bell's breakfast.
If as far as any fast food place and any item that you can get, my number one item, and it's really close because I love Hardee's cinnamon and raisin biscuit, which I've said before on the video food box on YouTube. And I'm going to plug this because the 546 Project, if you go there and you type that into YouTube, you can see all the video food boxes that I've recorded, and Kevin did one of them. One out of what? I've done like at least 50. So I've done Hardee's before. I love their cinnamon raisin biscuits. You can get them 2 for $2 now. And no, this is not paid. But number one breakfast fast food item for me, Taco Bell's AM Crunch Wrap. Now it's called the Breakfast Crunch Wrap. It used to be the AM.
It has everything. Like it's all rolled. I mean, it's the perfect breakfast rolled.
It's got the hash brown in it.
Yes.
That sauce though. All that sauce.
And the sausage one is my favorite.
And I had the sausage today, and
the steak is good.
The sausage may slightly beat the steak one.
But, I mean, you can't go wrong either way. The
No.
damn thing is perfect.
And the fact is, you can get their full menu during breakfast as well, which I had their new toasted cheddar chalupa from there. I got the chicken flavor, and it's okay. I mean, it's not like it's... You can taste some of the cheddar, but it's not like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever had.
I'd like to try it. I wasn't aware of it until, I believe, yesterday. I was on Facebook on the way home from work, and somebody mentioned it, and that's the first I knew about it. But you cannot go wrong with their breakfast, with the Taco Bell breakfast, especially the breakfast Crunchwrap. It's perfect.
No. There's not a Taco Bell that's like really close to me where I live. The Hardee's is like 3 minutes away.
See, that's the best. I wish Hagerstown still had a Hardee's. I love Hardee's.
But Taco Bell, if I'm going out towards Hagerstown, I will go there for breakfast and get that AM Crunchwrap. Now they changed it because now they have the touchscreen at this one, and they had a little trouble. I wanted to pay with cash, and apparently they had to open another register because I don't know. But nonetheless, I got both of those things, and I mean the breakfast Crunchwrap is excellent.
It's amazing.
They should have it all day. To me,
I wish
I like that better than the regular Crunchwrap.
Yeah, I wish more places would kind of follow McDonald's lead and go to the all day breakfast.
And then the Jack in the Box, but we don't get that here. But they do it all day too.
Oh, okay. Well, more places should kind of follow that trend and just kind of go with the all day. I mean, how much more difficult could it be?
I guess it's more of a thing to where if not a lot of people would get the breakfast during the lunch and dinner hours if they're thinking that. And that's one thing I guess they consider as well.
I mean, I happen to like breakfast for dinner.
But if you have the food there, why not? Somebody's going to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of like Subway. Subway, you can still get their more breakfasty sandwiches. The egg sandwich and stuff, the egg subs and all. You can still get those all day. So other places should follow those leads.
I'm a breakfast guy.
See, I am too. I love breakfast food.
I almost actually went to IHOP instead before I came over here.
I like IHOP, but I think
I had went. This was the IHOP when I went there like a couple weeks ago. That was the first time I'd been there in a couple years because I'm not out that way, and you have had bad experiences.
Generally, a lot of times, unfortunately, the service at our IHOP is terrible. The food has always been decent, except for the time my sausage pancake rolls or whatever.
The pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, they were cold.
The blanket did not warm them up.
Yeah, the blanket, it was basically a cooling blanket, I guess, because the sausage was cold. I don't know how the pancake was warm, the sausage was cold.
Yeah, I
don't know how they do it. It defied the law. And it was almost like they didn't care. It was almost like it was an annoyance to correct my order. But the service there is kind of hit or miss, but the food is decent. Now, I have no problem with it. IHOP has a really good country fried steak. And
then that time you almost got ran over.
I did. Jason and I almost got ran over in the parking lot. Yeah, the car was backing up and was not stopping. It was
so much that people were actually asking if you were okay.
We got inside. Someone looked at us and told us they did not think we were going to make it. I mean, it's just touch and go there. It's a sketchy place. What can you say? But I do recommend the country fried steak. That's a pretty good dinner. That thing's pretty large. At least it used to be. I haven't had it in a while, but. And this is always a good time of year because the flavored pancakes ought to soon be coming out. I know Denny's already has pumpkin pancakes, but I'm imagining that
IHOP seems to have like 15 different flavors anyway, so.
And IHOP's pancakes are so heavy.
They are heavy
pancakes.
See what you get at that. I had the New York cheesecake pancakes when I went out there, and they were very good.
I've never had those.
I almost got the cannoli ones.
Now that just sounds delicious.
Yeah, but I wanted to try that strawberry syrup, and I figured that the cannoli probably wouldn't go well with that.
The cheesecake would go better. I can see that.
So it was good enough to where I'd probably go back and just get some more pancakes. Because, I mean, if you're going to say you're an international house of something, you better have that good.
That's right.
Not be like an international house of burgers like they tried to there like a while ago.
When it was IHOB.
Yes. Yeah, and then it was a marketing thing, and then they changed it back.
I bet it worked. I guarantee you, I bet it made people take notice.
I think for that little while, it's like this. It got people talking in some way about the restaurant.
It got people talking about IHOP.
It's like the KFC thing where they have like 5 million different kernels.
Right.
And you have an opinion whether, oh, wow, that's interesting, or wow, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Well, and it's the kind of thing where there's no such thing as bad press. I guess is what they were. It's kind of like, KFC used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now it is just KFC.
And now, the latest Colonel that I've seen is the guy who played Rudy in the movie, the Notre Dame.
I do not believe I have seen that.
Sean Astin. You know that? You don't know that?
I know who you're talking about. I don't know if I've seen him as the Colonel. I'm not
sure. It's like a movie trailer, but it's Rudy 2. He's the Colonel now or something. Yeah, it's like, I don't know about that one.
No, I have not seen that one. Although I did get to try the mac and cheese bowl.
Oh, you did?
Which is good. I mean, Did you
get the spice? Did you get the hot?
I did. So, I mean, it's about what you'd expect. It's very cheesy and...
That was close to a video food box entry.
It's very good.
It's
worth it. It's worth it. You get a chance to check it out. I definitely recommend it. I like their bowls anyway. So...
Yeah, but I like that famous bowl. When I had that for the first time, that's very good.
Oh, the one that had the hot chicken in it?
The spicy one, definitely. And then they took it away.
Of course, because
that,
do that to you.
And things that they take away from the menu because of either they just have it as a limited time or there's so much of a demand that they run out of it, like what we're going to talk about here soon.
Yes, what a segue. Yes. Looking at you, Popeyes, and your apparently famous chicken sandwich.
Yeah, and we actually got together for like a couple weeks ago, and we didn't record a show then because, I don't know, we just didn't. But
yeah, it's right.
But like we got to pop because we were talking, and I myself like their 4-piece meal that they have.
It's a hell of a deal. $10, you get 4 pieces of chicken and two
sides and a huge drink.
Yeah.
And a biscuit.
I mean, that's a great deal for chicken. And plus, Popeye's chicken's legit. I mean, let's be honest.
So we get there, and Danny craps his pants.
Wow. No, I really didn't. Thank you for calling attention to that, Nathan.
You didn't pick it up on the microphone.
Well, maybe it did. I don't know.
Well, now it did.
I had a lot of chili today. Leave me be.
You didn't. You had 3 little bowls of chili.
The one was really hot. I knew it was going to mess with me.
It was so less amount of food that we had Arby's.
Moving on. Yes, we had to stop for lunch afterwards. That's how bad it was. We should have mentioned that. Moving on. Popeye's chicken sandwich, if you will. We went there, and I mean, you'd have thought you could meet the queen. Like, there were so many people.
I had never seen that many in Popeyes in my life.
Ever.
And the worst thing is, I don't know if all Popeyes are laid out this way, but it's like so inconvenient. Their parking lots are terrible. Like, as far as it's like trying to fit a Tetris piece in there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So we get there, and on the sign it says, "We're out of the chicken sandwiches." Now, okay, I mean, if you're out of them, you're out of them. And we would have tried them, but it wasn't like a call, like, oh my gosh, we have to try this chicken sandwich.
I mean, we were debating between that and the 4-piece meal.
But like then, as we got up to the register, they were like, oh, we have them, but you can't get them to the drive-thru. And their drive-thru situation isn't the best either, because you can't get around. Like, if you wanted to get into the drive-thru line, get a chicken sandwich and say, oh, sorry, we don't have that, you couldn't go around to get out. You were just stuck in the line.
Yeah, and the line was backed up.
You was backed up. There were like 8-9 cars in that line. It's probably worse at other places, and I know it was worse at other places at the time.
We eventually settled on the 4-piece meal, all 3 of us, Nathan, Carrie, and I. And when we sat down, there was a lady at another table who tried the chicken sandwich, and
she said it was okay.
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing to write home about.
I'm wondering what's different about their chicken, because Popeyes
other people have said it is very good.
They've had chicken sandwiches in the past, though, because I can remember before Hagerstown had a Popeyes. I would occasionally, when I would go over to West Virginia back in the day to see wrestling once a month, Mom and I would go to Popeyes over there. And a lot of times that's what I got was a chicken sandwich. It's always been very good. So I'm wondering, what's so special about this chicken sandwich over others?
So now they're completely out. They're completely out. And the only way...
But wait, they're not done.
The only way you can get a chicken sandwich, I guess...
Put some work into it, folks. BYOB.
Yeah.
Bring your own bun.
So what it is you get a box, and it has 3 chicken tenders in it. And all you have to do is bring your own bun, and that's your chicken sandwich.
Apparently you bring your own condiments if you want.
Yeah, because they're not going to give you pickles and mayonnaise and all that.
I frankly like a little cheese on my chicken sandwich, so I guess I have to bring a slice of cheese, too. Quite frankly, I think it's more trouble than words. Just offer it as a chicken tender meal and call it a day.
I mean, geez, if you weren't mad enough at Annie herself, this would make you even more angrier.
Oh, is that her name?
Yeah, that's the Popeyes lady.
Name. That Popeyes lady annoys me, folks. She's annoyed me for years. It is not her fried chicken. She didn't come up with the recipe. She doesn't make the chicken that I go and get. She is a paid celebrity spokesperson. Do not call it your fried chicken.
You know, Popeyes is based out of Florida. Miami.
Considering they
not
call
Louisiana,
Louisiana fried
not the
chicken,
Louisiana chick kitchen.
I'm not surprised.
Well, it's kind of like
I can set up a kitchen anywhere and slap a label and call it.
It's kind of like Outback, which was based out of Florida too, and not Australia.
Well, it's the Florida Outback, I guess. They do
the Everglades.
That's right. Yeah,
and then where Troy from Swamp People lives.
Well, no, is
that in Alabama or something?
No, they are in Louisiana.
Oh, so they're more authentic than Popeyes.
That's right, folks. There, you heard it here first. Swamp People is more legit than Popeyes Louisiana. I have seen Troy Landry on Swamp People make gator and everything else as far as dinner, and it's more legit. There you go. I would hang out with him any day over Annie from Popeyes.
We need to have a sitcom with Troy from Swamp People and the guy from the Chili Cookoff, the radio guy.
I could.
Could you imagine what that would sound like?
Well, if you can handle someone that talks like this all the time, smiling like he has 87 teeth in his mouth, folks. Yes, 87 teeth. Then that's your thing. Coming to a network near you next fall.
Can you do Troy's voice too?
I could, but I don't want to do it off the fly.
Troy talk like this.
He's kind of got. I'm just going to sound like a redneck. It's not.
You're going to sound like the real Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, the one that
Norm Macdonald did.
Norm Macdonald did. That's right. That was the real Colonel Sanders and a $20 fill-up from KFC.
We got you some gator and all that.
And he's an older guy. I mean, honestly, Carrie, politically correct as she is, first heard him talk and just basically said he sounded mentally challenged. He's an old man.
Yeah, that's how they talk in this.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could pull up a clip or something real quick, but unfortunately we can't. These people make their lives doing this stuff. But yeah, I can do it. I can't off the fly. I haven't done the voice in a while. So Troy's napping there, but I was impressed with the Colonel Sanders voice there just a minute ago. Norm Macdonald was awesome. If anyone's never seen Dirty Work, I highly recommend you check it out. Hilarious movie. But yeah, so Popeyes, I don't know what you're trying to do now. You're going to make us... I'm sorry, I've never went out to eat and had to bring part of my meal to make the food.
I would think that would be frowned upon myself.
I would think that would be frowned upon. Because then you're going to have this debate as to who makes the better chicken sandwich. Because, you might have one guy come in there with just a normal bun, just just your typical run-of-the-mill burger bun. Where another guy's going to come in with a King's Hawaiian roll and just turn the whole fucking concept on its ear.
Or somebody gets a bun from Fuddruckers or something.
Oh, even better, bring it from a rival. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Bring it from one of the Chicken Littles from KFC.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think their buns are...
No, they're not that big. But do they have a regular chicken sandwich? I think they do.
Yeah, they do. The crispy kernel.
Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, do that. Or, just really up the game and get a Martin's potato roll, which would just be epic because Martin's potato bread is some of the best in the world. But that's just one man's theory, and I am one man. Yeah, so, I mean, then you're going to have a whole social... Maybe that's what they're going for, though. They're just going to fuel the social media machine even more. Maybe that's it. Somebody's going to burn down a Popeyes. You watch.
Well, somebody tried to pull a gun on the one because they ran out of the sandwiches.
That's what happens. That's what happens. There you go, kids. Look, and social media has become an absolute.
And I saw a lot of people that went into Popeyes that day. Yeah, I think one of them probably could have done some damage.
Yeah, I could. I almost want to. I mean, this would be putting the money out, so obviously I'm not going to do it. But I obviously would love to go and buy about 3 or 4 of these boxes and just kind of randomly pick people coming in and have them try it and get their honest to God reaction, because I bet you it wouldn't be all that overwhelming.
Like if you got one of them Popeyes like little sleeves that this chicken sandwich comes in, just stick a Chick-fil-A sandwich in there.
Yeah, I kind of see one if people could tell the difference.
Man, this Popeye sandwich is really good. Yep, got it from Chick-fil-A.
It's not Popeyes. Bring the bun from Chick-fil-A then. There you go, that's where the bun for the. But because honestly, I think some of it's psychosomatic with people. You hear how good this sandwich is, so you're honest to God going to believe it's that good. Where see me and most everybody else in the world is a little smarter than that. Like I looked at my Facebook memories today and I saw that a few years ago I went and tried when McDonald's brought out the buttermilk chicken sandwich. Side note, Nathan just took his first sip of the Mountain Dew Voodoo. If you haven't tried it, it's a mystery flavor.
I saw an Instagram post of someone that tried this Voodoo, okay? And they said that it tasted like someone just dumped a thing of Skittles in there. And that's exactly what it tastes like. That,
a lot of people are. I will get back to that. I want to just finish my Popeyes thought real quick here.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember where I was now. But, you know what? It's gone. It's gone. Ain't that about a bitch?
Yeah, it tastes exactly like Skittles.
Maybe I'll remember. The whole psychosomatic thing. I was talking about I remember now. I got it back. I tried McDonald's buttermilk chicken sandwich, and everybody was talking about how good it was. To me, the buttermilk chicken is good. Personally, you can make better buttermilk chicken at home, and doesn't even involve buttermilk.
But as I told Dan, they have a spicy barbecue chicken
which sandwich. I do want to try. That may be something. If I had longer today, if we weren't going out later, that would have been dinner. No, this Mountain Dew Voodoo thing, a lot of people are comparing it to candy flavor. Carrie actually mentioned cotton candy.
Ew.
But a few people, which I hate cotton candy, it's vile.
They have Dr. Pepper flavored cotton candy. You know this?
Well, that's just 2 of the worst things in the world rolled into one great big shit bag. That's what that is.
It'd be Forrest Gump's dream, I think.
Dr. Pepper cotton candy, or Dr. Pepper, folks, 23 flavors, all bad. Take it for what you will. Jason would kill me if he were here, because when Jason drank soda.
I had a Diet Dr. Pepper yesterday.
Well, see, I was just going to get to that. That's the thing with Dr. Pepper, but Jason would kill me, because when Jason drank soda, believe it or not, there was a time, he was a Dr. Pepper guy. I will drink them if that's all that's there. I'm not that much of a soda snob. I'll drink them. Don't care for them. The one thing Dr. Pepper has going for it, Diet Dr. Pepper tastes just like regular Dr. Pepper? Yes, it does. But you know what the problem there is? It tastes like regular Dr. Pepper, folks. That's the problem. So, yeah,
It's a different flavor than
it's kind of a sweeter tasting. And then they came out with like that cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. Right. I couldn't get behind that. I thought vanilla Coke was a little sweet.
When they have orange vanilla Coke.
Not a big fan. You kind of, it doesn't go right. I don't know. Not a big fan of the orange vanilla Coke. Coke's actually kind of surprised us here the last year. They've come out with some new flavors. The orange vanilla wasn't all that bad, but it wasn't all that good either. But then, now Coke and Pepsi both, they have what they were coming out with in the bigger cans. There was like the blueberry or guava or something like that Coke. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? The blood orange.
You mean the Diet Coke?
Yeah, they were all Diet Cokes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah, don't.
The blood orange burned.
Don't drink them. That does burn.
The
that
blood
burns.
Orange burned and
the ginger lime, I didn't even try because I didn't want to.
I don't think I even tried that one.
There was one in the yellow can, right?
The blueberry one probably was
There's
one of the
blueberry?
better. Or I think it was something guava or something, or cherry. It was strawberry guava or something.
No, they have a mango.
I think there was a mango. I don't know. There was a couple of them. Out of all of them, there was one that was somewhat decent.
It was good. The best one, the regular.
Pepsi turned around and did their version of that, and they actually offered theirs in the regular cans. And the blue, which I think was blueberry, was the best one there. They did a lime, which lime Pepsi was already a thing several years ago. If anybody remembers it, I do.
Yep.
But the blueberry one was the best of them. Even Carrie liked it, and she's not big on that kind of stuff. But it was good. As Nathan also has a little kickback from the chili festival.
It's like the Deliverance banjos at this point.
It's kind of like dueling banjos, yeah, you know. Ned Beatty goes by here.
It's not going to smell like a banjo.
No, it was like a rotten banjo.
It's going to ruin the strings if you do.
Warp the wood, curdle the cream. You're talking about soda. See, like, yeah, get me off track. It's terrible. Speaking of soda, got to try New Coke. If anybody remembers New Coke, it came out in 1985. Facebook, I was drawn into a Facebook ad, and it was in Stranger Things packaging to coincide with the Netflix release Stranger Things Season 3 back in July. I saw a pop-up a couple weeks ago. It said, Labor Day weekend will be the last weekend you could order it. It was $20 for what I thought was a 6-pack of bottles for New Coke in Stranger Things packaging.
Yeah.
I was rooked into believing it was a 6-pack of New Coke bottles, and when I clicked it, there was a thing. It said, as a bonus, get 2 free cans. So I thought, okay, a 6-pack of bottles plus 2 cans, $20 is a bit much, but I'll try it. I'll give it. It would not be the first and will not be the last time I buy some frivolous crap. Not gonna, no big deal there. My box comes in the mail, and this is my own fault. I do not blame Coke for this. I got my 2 free cans and 2 bottles of New Coke. In glass bottles. Not even full-size bottles, mind you. They're about
so you didn't get a 6-pack?
I did not get a 6-pack.
Well, that's
they were 2 bottles. I'll show you the bottles. They're in the fridge now. I don't know how big they are. But but we tried the cans. Carrie and I drank. I didn't have a problem with New Coke. Regular Coke is better, but I didn't see where it was all that bad. The way people went on.
I think a lot of people were just had a shock because I'm thinking they wanted it to taste more like Pepsi for some reason.
I don't know. Like we looked up the Wikipedia article on New Coke. We sat as we were drinking the New Coke, and we listened to it. Look, it was apparently so much that Bill Cosby even stopped advertising it. I mean, you know what kind of guy Bill Cosby is. He even stopped promoting for Coke after all this. There are some people that believe it was a marketing ploy to kind of get people buzzing about Coke again and bring people away from Pepsi. But apparently it was so bad that that they changed back to the regular formula. But what I didn't realize is that apparently it was around until like 2000 or something like that.
They just rebranded it as something else. I think.
It was just called, there was Coke 2 for a while.
That's what it was.
But then the difference apparently was there was Coke and then Coke Classic.
Yes.
And I remember certain cans as a kid when I had the vision. I remember being able to see the Coca-Cola Classic and Coca-Cola. So now I'm thinking, and then
they dropped, I think, that Classic branding after a while.
Classic dropped, I think, in 2009.
Okay.
They took the Classic. But then it got me into thinking, how many times as a kid did I drink New Coke and not even realize it? Because how much attention do you pay to your can? I'll leave Kevin out of that because Kevin, I will give Kevin has an eye for detail. He will catch things that I will have never even thought about. So he very well may have seen something like that. Haven't had a chance to talk to him about it. But the New Coke, it wasn't terrible. I think it didn't quite have, I don't know how to describe this, but Carrie and I kind of agreed. Didn't quite have the punch regular Coke does, like I don't know if the carbonation, I don't know. It wasn't flat or anything. I'm not saying that, but it just didn't have that bite like regular.
Didn't have the cocaine in it.
That must be it. That's it. Which, kind of a side note on that, here's a little did you know for you true diehard Coke fans. Did you know that Coca-Cola before the food coloring is actually green? So my mind goes to work and wonder why haven't they ever tried to pass off green Coke on us?
The St. Patrick's Day Coke.
Yeah, St. Patty's Day Coke, green Coke. Put a 4-leaf clover right on the can. Marketing ploy, you'll make millions. I guarantee you people would buy it. I guarantee it.
They're like, this tastes exactly like Coke. It's because it is. I bet you
there would be some people that would even try to say it tasted different because it was green.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, and I don't think it would, but would the coloring add anything or take anything from it? I mean, hell, remember in the early 2000s and late 90s, we bought green and purple ketchup, folks.
Wow, that was...
You remember that?
That was a huge disaster.
Yeah, green ketchup on your fries. Baby shit.
Green I could get because green is a tomato. That's the color. Yellow's a tomato color. You ain't seen any purple tomatoes.
The purple was weird. I mean, that's kind of just looking like ooze or something on your fries. I remember actually at Burger King must have had to deal with it because Burger King you could get the green ketchup for your fries. I think they were the only fast food chain I can think of to do it.
You know what sauce I miss? The Taco Bell Verde sauce.
Don't
packets.
remember that.
They had the packets, like the fire and
right. And you have your Diablo.
And they had a verde sauce, and I like that. And they don't have any more.
When it comes to Taco Bell, I miss the Choco Taco.
You can get those in the the gas station.
But is it really the same?
I think no. Well, you can get them at the grocery store. I had one.
I haven't had one in years. I remember.
I haven't had it recently, but I had one. And
when the Taco Bell opened on Morgan's Avenue, I remember going and I got a Choco Taco that night. And that may have been the last time I had it, but it was good. I liked it. It was like a waffle cone and a taco.
Yeah,
very good.
I think Taco Bell should do that again.
Well,
but again, they don't have anything that. You're only going to have a freezer thing just for that. That's it.
But I think they've taken away the apple empanadas too, have they not?
I don't really remember.
I thought they did.
If they did, that's a crime because they were good. And the only thing that they have are those cinnamon twists, which I don't really like at all.
Well, I'll be honest. My mother, God rest her soul, she loved her some cinnamon twist. She loved the cinnamon twist. She ate the hell out of those things. Wasn't necessarily all that big on Taco Bell, but if I would ever go and get the $5 box, I would always
just
make sure I got
twists.
them. I would bring those home to her. Yeah, she loved her some cinnamon twists, which they weren't bad. They almost put you in mind of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, really. If you think about it.
Like a crunchy churro or something.
Yeah. Now, see, I'm surprised that churros would be cool, too. And a little side note, if you ever get a chance for anybody that's listening, Tacos Carlitos out on the Valley Mall, excellent churros. They have different flavors, too.
Is that in the food court?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's down there where Flamers used to be.
There's a Flamers there too?
No, there was. It's gone.
Oh.
Flamers didn't last long there. Now it's Tacos Carlitos going.
That shows you how much I go to that mall.
Well, I can understand. There's really not much
the only thing
mall,
I go to the mall for, and I don't even go in the actual mall, is for the Permane brothers.
Ah, you don't go to GameStop anymore?
No.
Because you don't have the receipt.
Yeah. Well, that was the second GameStop location. Now they only have one. They had two because they bought
the overflow from that one.
EB Games, and they merged, or they bought them, and then there were two GameStops in the mall.
What the hell was that GameStop called, though, the second one? It was called something else before that.
Babbage's?
Babbage's, that's it. Yes, I couldn't think of it. I was trying to think of that the other day.
GameStop blows.
Now, was it GameStop when you didn't have the receipt?
Yes, I believe it was GameStop.
I'm telling you, he wasn't taking that back for nothing, folks. Oh, it was great. Good times.
I don't really like GameStop myself. Whenever you go, they try to sell you like all this stuff, and all I want is the damn game.
I've ordered a few things over the last couple years. They are getting some Power Ranger exclusives that I've picked up on over the last couple years.
Best Buy used to have some sort of gamer club thing that I thought was not too bad. Like it was like 20% off new games or something.
Oh wow!
But they did away with that.
Well, I know GameStop has some kind of points program too, I believe. If you're the only reason I know is I've seen it on the website.
Yeah.
I haven't signed up. I don't buy video games for one, and the other stuff I buy, it's so infrequent.
If I get one, I just buy it online.
Yeah, I'll admit, over the last probably 5 years, I've spent maybe $60 or $70 at GameStop, if that, and that's only because my legacy figures were $20 a pop. So
if I can get away with Christmas shopping online, I do it.
And that's funny because I used to not be that guy. I was always, especially since I am being blind and all that, whether it be shopping for somebody else or friends, I always liked to try to get a look at what I'm buying, and I was always hell for getting bad cases and stuff like that, cracked cases and all that.
Damaged case.
Nothing irritates me more than buying a new box set or something, and especially if it's like a kind of a limited edition thing or a special edition or whatever, and something being broke on it. Nothing bothers me. Nothing will send me over the edge more. But I admit, I started on eBay, I guess, back in 2008, and that's right around the same time, I guess, probably I started ordering from Amazon. I don't know, but I have fallen in love with online shopping. You can find anything online, and if I don't have to go to the store, I don't.
Well, it also harkens to this theory that,
harkens.
Harkens.
Hey, that's your Scrabble word today, folks. Use that, please. I encourage all of you.
That men go to buy, women go to browse, and if you're going to buy something, you know what you want. So it's just easier to go and buy it that you're already at home in the convenience of your own house. Now, in the past, I liked online shopping because you didn't have to pay tax But now with Amazon, I mean, now
shot to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Some things I notice get around that. I don't know how. Some things are not taxed, but most things are. Most things are. I'll be honest, that's a true statement, except in the case of the Bose outlet, because I am a Bose fan, hardcore, and there's nothing I love more than going in there and kind of browsing at the new speakers and all that kind of stuff. I really should work there because I love their stuff. But a lot of times I'll buy online, or if I'm out there browsing and plan to buy, I'll just pick it up.
But if there's one store I never go to buy any games, it's Walmart, because they're all in that glass case and you can't get anybody over there to help you. That's
kind of a pain in the ass. I can see your theory there. Walmart, though, with their, and especially if it's a more violent game, I guess, to make it harder to get. Yeah, they're doing what works for them. I never bought music at Walmart unless it was a country album or something like that wouldn't have to worry with the parental sticker, because Walmart, again, being the family-friendly store, if you can lock up video games, you can lock up the dirty version of an album. And I'm sorry, I want the music the way the artist intended it, not to have every word blanked out with a weird drum beat or a weird sound effect that shouldn't be there. I'm really against censorship in music.
No, I understand that. The artist puts out the music for a reason.
Yeah, it's not meant to be changed.
And I know the radio's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a little different because you can't really control.
You're buying the CD.
Yeah, exactly.
You're accepting that.
I'll tell you where I absolutely hated to buy anything, and they're not around anymore, and that's Circuit City. I hated shopping at Circuit City.
Everybody talks about how they're going to make a return online.
I've seen that, but I'll tell you what I did like, and I was sad to see them going to, was H.H. Gregg. I liked H.H. Gregg. It was a pretty cool store.
Yeah, but they only had like appliances and TVs.
It was cool. Yeah, but they had a lot of cool stuff.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, that was a neat store.
And then they changed their business model and went out of business.
Yeah, it just totally took a shit on them. But Circuit City, I'm one of these guys where I will look up something online to see if it is available in store before I go to pick it up.
Right.
I was getting, and I remember it. Here's one for you 90s cartoon buffs. What was I looking for? The show, was it Cops? No, I can't remember what I was looking for, so I forget the cartoon reference. But it was something, it was an animated feature. I went and I looked, and it was available online, and is it in store and online. I saw the date. The date was that Tuesday. I go, and I asked the guy for it, and he just gives me this blank stare, and he's like, well, I've never even heard of that. Do we carry it? Yes, you do. It's online. Well, I haven't seen it. The trucks have come in today, but I don't know anything about it. It's here. I really don't think it. Check the computer. He finally does, comes back with it and hands it to me and says, I didn't even know we had that. I would have never. And I'm thinking, you work here. Check your inventory. Know what your customers are going to come after. I don't like being told I'm wrong. I do my homework. It's like one time I went in there to buy an external hard drive. And again, looked online, saw the price, called, they price match everything. Go, finally get the guy's assistance. I said, this is what I'm looking for. Obviously, seeing I'm blind, he points and says it's over there. And I was like, I'm looking for the one that's 185. We don't have that. I said, it's the one that you have marked 219. We don't have it for that price. Yes, you do. It's online. He was hell-bent on not giving me this product, and somebody else came up and looked at him and said, what is he after? And I explained it to him, and he said, yeah, it's right over there and it's marked down online. You have to give it to him for the price. And then proceeds to look at me and says, okay, fine, but you can't ring it up back here. Never said I wanted to ring it up back here. I just came back here to find the hard drive, asshole. So yeah, at Circuit City, I always hated going in there. But the only problem was they would get stuff that a lot of other places didn't. But I hated going into Circuit City. And now they're gone. That's right. Score one.
It's because of you.
It's my fault, and I tell you, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I've lost a lot of sleep over it too, folks, let me tell you.
One day we may be talking about Best Buy in the past tense. Who knows?
I've heard that Best Buy might be in some trouble. I've read about that. But I don't know. Ours here seems to do well.
But again, it's changed so much. Half the store is phones.
That's the kind of thing that's true. I mean, you are seeing a lot of that. The dynamic has changed a lot over the years. Look, I mean, Best Buy no longer sells CDs. I believe CDs are gone, are they not? They were supposed to. I remember hearing about.
Well,
if
I know
there's any left,
they stick them in the corner. I think.
I was going to say, if there's any left, it's a hidden. You got to go on a scavenger hunt. They're not right up front like they used to be, like the new releases and all that. I mean, if you're going to Best Buy, you're either going for tech or movies, and like TV, home audio, home furnishings, and that kind of stuff.
Even so, movies, they don't really have a lot of those either.
No, and there again, it's better to buy online. It's almost like they're begging you to do it.
Well, basically all they should have is a store front and then just a big warehouse where you go in and you pick it up.
I'm surprised Amazon doesn't do something like that.
I know they do it for groceries. They tried to do it for groceries or something like that.
I know that
I know they have those like lockers or something.
They do. Amazon Locker is basically just a way. I've used that to return items. It's either, but now I think it's Kohl's. I think actually takes Amazon returns now. I think it's Kohl's.
Wow.
I think. I can't. You might have to look it up, but I remember reading about it. Supposedly, one day shipping is supposed to. If you're a Prime member, one day shipping is supposed to be more available now than it ever was on a lot of products.
Pretty soon they're going to have those drones flying around.
There's been talk about that. I know that in some markets there is same day delivery if there's a warehouse close enough that has it.
Wow.
Somebody I know in Texas, I know from the chat lines, they've taken advantage of it. If you order it early enough in the morning, you'll have it by the end of the day.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I will say honestly, I love Amazon. Amazon's always been good to me. Their customer service has always done very well. I have no complaints with Amazon. I love Amazon Prime.
I prefer to buy the things where you can get from Amazon.com as opposed to like the vendors on there because you don't know what you're gonna like.
You're good to check it out if you see like sold by such and such, but
right.
But handled through Amazon.
Yeah,
that's always cool. I have bought a few things through third-party sellers, and I've done okay. It's almost like an eBay marketplace, basically. They call it Amazon Marketplace, but it's essentially like going on eBay.
Except you don't bid for anything.
No, you don't bid. It's more of an instant buy it now. But I mean, it's essentially third-party sellers putting their stuff up there. Previously owned or whatever, and doing it that way. But you can buy used and new. But no, I've always been pretty happy with Amazon. They've always done it. I've never really had a problem with eBay either. eBay's always been good to me.
The only thing for me is if I've sold something.
And see, I've never sold, so.
And somebody didn't pay, so I just resold the item.
Yeah, that's always asinine.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. To me, if I buy something on eBay, I'm prepared to pay for it when I buy it.
Exactly.
Or I just won't buy it. I'm not one of these that I'll buy it. Oh, yeah, I guess I'll have the money in a couple days, so I'll go ahead. I can't do that. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me, so I'm not going to do it.
You buy something, like, you pay instantaneous anyway, so why shouldn't you expect that?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. If I'm on there looking for something, it's because if I buy something, I'm intending to pay right away. I buy it, my payment transaction goes right after it. So, good ethics, people. Just stick with good ethics. That's all I can say.
Right.
But if we can turn to a more sensitive matter, more serious matter, this past week was pretty important. I still can't believe it's been this long, but we had the 18th anniversary of 9/11.
Yeah. For me, it's something that's kind of, it's hard for everyone because of what happened and the changes that the country had to make, and then you just have people that are here that like they don't really, it's
a lot of people. I don't think
they don't
that weren't around then.
The impact for some people is bigger than it is for other people.
This is our generation's Kennedy assassination. You talk to people our age, you talk to your parents.
And then you have politicians that say something bad happened. Like, really?
Yeah, I mean just that's like just glossing over it. I mean the questions come up. Have you forgotten? No, I've never forget it. That is not something you forget. I still remember where I was that day. We were talking about this earlier, and I'll share it. For me personally, I was working in a school office, got a phone call about it, had no clue what happened. And when the lady explained it to me, we hung up, we turned on the radios. I think everybody that had a radio turned it on. We listened in horror. It was pretty much minutes before the second tower went down. And just the magnitude of it when you think about it, and I still think about it. What weighs with me and what sticks with me, not only did it happen, but folks, they did it with our own devices.
Yeah.
They did it with our own planes. They essentially smacked us in the face with our own hand. And it's horrible. You think about all the lives lost, and you read about the different things, people kind of that have posted what they were doing, leading up to it in New York, the ones who were there, the people that were meant to be on planes, but for whatever reason or another didn't make it or had to postpone, and you think the fact that they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I hear that the Memorial Museum set up in Somerset, PA is something that will just give you a whole new look on things. You can actually go and listen to some of the phone calls.
Yeah, that's kind of like, it hits you hard.
It does. That's what I've heard.
I know, like...
Have you went?
Well, no. I've heard... I don't really want to listen to him because it's just gonna like.
A friend of mine has done.
But I've seen videos where they have made like a story.
Right.
Like, I don't know, some news organization made a story of like the audio recordings of and I can't listen to them. It's just
I couldn't imagine.
I mean, you're on a plane, and those are the last moments of your life.
Mm-hmm. And it's like I said, I didn't fly for the first time. The first time I ever flew was in 2006. And once I got up there and we peaked at the maximum altitude, and you're going along, I just kind of looked around and I thought, you really are screwed if you're in an airplane and something like that happens.
I haven't flown in 22 years.
See, a lot has changed then now.
And
it's a longer process.
It's always, like, it's going to be to where if I fly, you're going to have to knock me out completely.
Oh, we got to go the Mr. T route with you.
For, like, the duration of the flight.
Slip something in your drink.
Basically.
No, I'll be honest, I prefer to fly.
And like, back then, even then I didn't really want to fly that much. So, and then this happens, and I know that everything, they've put all this stuff, like, as far as, like, checks and all that stuff.
It still happens. It's still happens.
It's not like I really want to go anywhere to fly anywhere anyway, but after that, it always is in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be lying if I said it doesn't.
Especially if you travel around this time.
Yeah.
My mom actually took a flight on the 12th, and I'm flying from BWI, and I'm like,
it's so close.
Boy, I hope something doesn't happen.
No, it is kind of always there. We've flown quite a bit over the last couple of years, and I prefer it. I'll be honest. I think it's the only way to travel. It's faster. It's really. I've been fortunate enough. I've only hit really minor turbulence in 2 flights. It's not that bad, but no, it's in the back of your mind. What do you do if this happens? It's not like you're in a car and you think you can jump out going 80. I still don't know why you think you could. You're going to road rash to no end. But I guess in your mind, it's something. You know what I mean? You feel like you have that ability. You can do something to kind of extricate yourself from the situation. But not up there. You can't open a window either.
And in fairness, commercial flying's never been safer. I will say that. Back years ago, there were more crashes on commercial flights. Now, if you're taking like a private plane, that's going to be a little dicier.
Yeah, but it is a generally safer experience. All the crackdowns on.
But it's like this Boeing thing that they had. Like, this was a couple months ago where they grounded all the Boeing flights for a certain model of plane. Like, something would happen, like, where they had to land the plane, and like there were like crashes overseas from this model of plane.
Right.
So the president was like, we're grounding all these planes, and then Boeing comes around, and I don't know what they did with it, but the Max 737 Max or something, some kind of, I don't even remember the model, but whatever model it was, I think they're flying again. And it's like, what did they do to it to fix it? They didn't do a damn thing to it.
Yeah. What did they do to smooth over with the...
Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're good now. we fixed what we did. No, you didn't. You didn't do that.
There's no way.
You didn't do that in that short amount of time, and like, we just changed the name. We're fine.
Yeah, well, it's just, I mean, it's a sketchy thing. But I'll tell you, they've cracked down on everything. I can remember in '06 coming back from Buffalo. I had been in Canada. We drove into Buffalo and came back. I couldn't even get through I couldn't even get through security with a bag of lighters. I had bought some souvenir lighters that just basically they were white and had Canada written on them with a maple leaf. He would not let me take my lighters through. I had to give them back to CJ and tell her to take them home, and I was able to get through the next time around. When I went back up and I came home the second time, I brought them home. But the first time I could not. He would not let me go through with them.
Well, I mean, that's not...
No, it's not. But I get it. But I just mean that's how intense it's gotten. You know, we now can't fly with liquid.
You got to take your damn shoes off because some idiot wants to blow up his plane with shoes or something.
Yeah, with a shoe bomb. Yeah, I mean, you got to take your shoes off. That's just a pain in the butt. But, I mean, it's sad the precautions we need to take. But, I mean, we got to do what we can to assure that this kind of thing never happens again. Because it was terrible. I mean, it was absolutely terrible, the senseless lives lost.
Yeah, it makes you think around this time, and it should make you think all the time.
Yeah, I mean I would love to see the new Ground Zero set up in New York City now. You know, I know people that have said they've seen it. It's something to behold, but it really brings a lot of questions to mind. Brings a lot of things.
It's just so hard to think that it happened so long ago. How many lives it actually affected?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, you had people flying from, like, Washington and Boston, and you had all the people that were in the two towers and then the Pentagon and all, and, yeah, it's...
The one that went down in Somerset.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows where that was going? The word is that it was headed for the Pentagon as well.
No, I heard it was going to the White House.
I've heard a little bit of mix. Some people thought Camp David. You know, some people thought that was a possibility.
Right.
There was a lot of talk, but I couldn't imagine.
I don't know.
It really makes you think. So I mean, in all seriousness, God bless all who were felt the effects of that and are still, and unfortunately, feeling effects of it. I can't imagine.
Yeah. So thanks for putting a damper on the show, Dan.
Well, we said we wanted to talk about it. We can't act like it never happened.
That's true.
We said we wanted to talk about it. We prepared notes. I can't help it.
Yeah, these notes that I see in front of me.
That's right. You know, pages of this stuff. I had to put a damper on it. I had to bring it up.
Yeah.
We can't act like it didn't happen. This country will carry on always. So you know.
So will the people outside.
Somebody's trying to break into the apartment next door. You know, you'd think we'd look into that, but you know what? We're not. No. So, what else do you have?
Really nothing. I mean, we're approaching like over almost an hour and 10 minutes
So
of
do
the
we
show.
end it on a somber note then?
Well, you know,
not somber, but I mean on a, you know.
Yeah, I'd say we're pretty good. We covered kind of what we really wanted to.
Hit all the points. Hopefully, if you're when you listen to this, you're still with us at this point.
But let me go ahead and go through our social media.
Go ahead, plug the social media and all the content.
And yes, I do still post to our social media.
Yes, he does.
Basically,
it's a thing.
At this point, I'm the only one carrying that torch. But and I know if you could,
that's the problem.
You would be able to.
I have it on Twitter.
You know the thing is now, which I hate. The Facebook posts don't go on Twitter.
Yeah, you can't. I think Facebook's API changed or whatever.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, you can't cross-promote because I had mine set up to do that.
And if I'm trying to post like the link to our video food boxes, I have to post it on Facebook and on Twitter, and that sucks.
I wish there was an app a long time ago. It was called Socialize, and it would show you both your feeds, and I think it gave you that option. If you posted, it automatically just tied them both together. It was such a great app. It was like I think it was like one of the best dollars I ever spent. But again, it was years ago when the API changed back when. Yeah, killed that altogether.
But our Facebook page, just search for the 546 Project. You'll find us there. and give us a like if you like what you see. We post just different things here and there. I think the recent things I've been posting are about Antonio Brown, which we did not cover in this because you didn't really want to get into it because we already.
No, I didn't say I didn't want to.
Well, do you know how long this would be if we covered Antonio Brown? You'd add at least a half hour.
Let's go to the Reader's Digest version. Antonio Brown has got his issues. Let's face it. He was with the Steelers, got out of that, signed with the Raiders, didn't want to wear the helmet, came up with all kinds of issues and problems occurred. The Raiders let him go, and he signed with the New England Patriots. And unfortunately, was not active to play in Sunday night's Patriots beating of the Steelers, 33-3, and will play this week probably when they play the Dolphins, who also had a fantastic opening week beating at the hands of the Baltimore Ravens. What was the final?
It was 59-10. Yeah,
59-10. So let's add Antonio Brown to the mix and see what happens to Miami this week, folks. There you go. We talked about it.
People speculate that they may break the all-time record for biggest margin of victory because it's the Patriots and how bad the Dolphins did.
It's possible. Anything's possible.
I don't think that will happen.
I'm going to put you on the spot right now. If the Super Bowl were tomorrow, who'd be in it?
Man, before this Brown thing, I don't think the Patriots have enough to get in myself. But after this, assuming, now we didn't cover this part where he has this lawsuit against him for the sexual assault and rape.
Yes, of a former trainer or something.
And who knows what will come out of this. But assuming Antonio Brown, nothing happens with him, you gotta think that the Patriots may get there again.
Well, I have randomly picked Chiefs versus the Eagles. The Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
Randomly?
Yes.
How did you come to just
I just thought, what the heck?
A more random selection would have been like the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars or something.
Well, that would have been ridiculous.
That would have been wrong. Kind of like Tony Bathing Jonathan.
Yes,
of course.
That would have been like ridiculous day at the deli, though. I didn't do it. That day, I tell you, prices were so low, they were ridiculous. But that's it. Why don't you just go whole hog and pick the Browns versus the Jets? Well, that can't happen, but still.
Well, their game's on this Monday night.
Yeah, and it's going to be a cure for insomnia. It's going to be terrible. But, Chiefs and Eagles, you heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I have no idea at this point. You got to think that the Patriots are definitely among the front runners, and the second front runner, if you want to give the theory of how the Saints should have been in last year's Super Bowl, but there was a pass interference that didn't get called, there you go.
Yeah, but who did they play this week?
They played the Texans.
Yeah, they couldn't beat the Texans.
No, they beat them.
Did the Saints win that game?
Yeah, they almost lost. But with 30 seconds left, then they drove down the field and made a 58-yard field goal to win.
I picked the Texans. That was the problem. Sorry for all you Saints fans.
Did you pick the Buccaneers over the Panthers?
I did not, which is why I got screwed.
So your opinion of Cam Newton is quite low as well.
I don't know what the problem was.
You know what his problem is, and we're gonna get a little longer here.
Yeah, we're giving you more, folks. You thought it was over.
Come on, we only do these like once every 2 months,
you gotta make
so
it last.
just let it go. Cam Newton has a bigger issue in deciding what he wants to wear after the game than he does trying to prepare for the game itself.
Well, there you go.
There was a Facebook post that someone tagged me in that said he looked like the big bad wolf, grandma in his grandma clothes.
Nice.
And then someone had a post about his hair looked like that doll from the Rugrats. You remember that?
The Cynthia doll.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what his hair looked like.
Nice.
I think it looked like that guy from Dragon Ball Z myself.
I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I know what the guy's hair looks like.
But I picked the Panthers this week.
Yeah, they disappointed.
They took a
Cam Newton couldn't hit a barn if he was 2 yards away.
Inside.
Yeah.
But week 2, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But
now
now
the rest of the social media.
Yes, now the rest of it.
The rest of it.
Facebook, Twitter.
And we already got Facebook. Twitter is _546_project. And again, I post some things from there. Like, I think I may have retweeted some things here and there, but if you want to follow us there, that would be much appreciated.
We would definitely appreciate it. And for God's sakes, feedback, email, please.
Yes, and that's the 546project@gmail.com, which is a ghost town.
You know, we're taking over an hour to deliver this to you. The least you could do is type out a 5 second.
I mean, I can't even give away DVDs, and I have a new one I could give away because
what is it?
I bought the 2-pack Blu-ray of Super Troopers and Super Troopers 2. So I have a DVD of Super Troopers that I don't need anymore.
So you know what? If anybody wants, we're just going to make it easy. If anybody wants it, just email.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
anybody.
email.
Anybody
We're
wants.
not waiting on the 5th email or
No.
there's no
Anybody
question
wants
you have to answer.
wants a brand new used copy.
A new used copy. I mean, this thing is in pristine used condition. Email us
of Super Troopers, the first one, DVD. Email at the 546project@gmail.com, and then we'll go from there.
That's it. I mean, it's yours. We're not asking you to do push-ups or any shit like that. I mean, come on.
And if you don't like Super Troopers, I also have The Breakfast Club on DVD. I have American Pie on DVD, and I know that's a favorite of someone we know, a certain scene.
Big fan.
You know,
huge.
And then the movie Airplane on DVD. So I got a whole collection of DVDs, but don't ask me for any more of those because I don't have them.
I mean,
I have like 4 or 5 choices for you.
Yeah.
Any one of those you want, email, send it to you.
That's it. See, it's not that hard, folks. I mean, we're literally giving things away.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our contest now.
That's right.
If you are listening and you have went all the way to the end of this show and you want one of my brand new used DVDs,
just
send an email.
Us for fuck's sake.
And our YouTube page, just search for the 546 Project. You'll find us on there. I just posted a new video food box about a week ago, and it was for the Dunkin' Pumpkin Muffin.
I did see that. I saw.
You did see that one?
What did you think? Or do you know what? If you want to know what he thought of it, you gotta watch it.
Well, I'm gonna post another one here when I create the video for that Subway Beyond Meatball Marinara sandwich.
Oh,
that I
okay.
had.
Yes.
Not a big Subway fan, but I went ahead and tried it because with Subway you only get one option for vegetarian, and that's the Veggie Delight, and that's just the vegetables.
Well, and you also have the veggie patty.
Yeah, but I don't know how many. And you must really have to ask for it for some people.
I think you do. You pretty much ask for to get it. I don't know if it's predominantly featured on the menu. They have a new
the brisket
sub though that does look appealing. That may at some point be a thing.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think I'll be making any video on that one, but there will be a video coming up for the Subway Beyond Meatball Marinara for sure. And then the podcast website where you can find this and all of our other previous podcasts is the 546 Project, 30 minutes or less libsyn.com.
I mean, it's a treasure trove of information, people. Check it out.
And you can listen to our podcasts when everybody was here together. And
you can see the way we've grown and matured over the years, folks. We're rapidly approaching the 2-3 year anniversary of this thing?
I think it was. This will be 2 years. I mean, because we started it in October of 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, so the big anniversary show may be coming. Hell, that may be the next show.
And maybe we'll get the rest of them to come here too.
That's right. But I mean, if you want to find out, you got to keep listening, folks. That's the only way.
Yeah. So I think that was. I think that covered everything.
Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for now. We appreciate you hanging in till the end, and until next time.
This is Dan and Nathan signing off.
That's it.
See ya.